Welcome back to Quantreef.com. Bitcoin sitting at 64,268, right in the middle of a tight range that's been chopping for a bit. Today we'll walk liquidity, support and resistance, VWAP, Fibonacci, fair value gaps, positioning, and where this likely goes over the next several hours. Let's get into it. Price is at 64,268, and the read here is neutral to slightly constructive. Price is trading above session VWAP at 64,049 and above both anchored VWAPs from the swing high and low, 64,058 and 64,146, close enough together that they're acting as one zone. Holding above that cluster means buyers are defending value, but momentum hasn't broken out yet. Two liquidity pools flank price almost symmetrically. Upside sits at 65,805, about 2.4% away, holding over $2 billion in notional. Downside sits at 62,861, roughly 2.2% away, carrying just over $2.2 billion. Slightly more size stack below, 52% versus 48%. Price tends to drift toward the fatter pool first since that's where stops and liquidations cluster, then often snaps back once that liquidity's swept. On the panel right now, resistance above starts with the Fib.5 at 64,588, then target 1 at 65,566, target 2 at 66,937, and target 3 at 68,215. Below, the only level printed is the stop loss at 64,209. That's tight, just $60 under price, so a quick could hunt it before any real move. The Fib.5 above is the more likely first test given how close it sits. Above price, unfilled gaps sit at 64,730, 64,959, and a much higher one near 70,687, all bearish side gaps that could act as magnets on a push higher. Below, there's a bullish gap between 62,863 and 63,664, already partly filled. Price sits just above the 0.382 Fib retracement at 64,188, using it as support. Given how close that nearest 1D gap is, I'd expect the market to react to it before the Fib zone. The grade reads watch, N at 79, HTS at 59, decent structure but not yet a clean signal. Trend and structure at 79 and order flow at 78 are carrying it, while statistical volatility at 27 and institutional positioning at 32 are dragging it down. On positioning, retail 61% long, top account 63% long, but the 4-hour taker flow is 42% long against 58% short, meaning aggressive sellers have been leaning in even while both retail and smart money sit long. With sellers active on the tape but longs still crowded, a squeeze higher toward the 65,805 pool looks like the more interesting scenario if buyers can clear the Fib.5 and the nearby gaps. That would force offside shorts to cover. Fail there, and price likely rotates back to test the 62,861 pool, which would pressure the long-heavy crowd instead. Bullish case confirms above 64,588, targeting 64,333 and 64,776, invalidated back under 64,209. Bearish case confirms a breakdown through that stop level, targeting 63,176, invalidated on a reclaim of the Fib. So we're sitting right at a decision point, and whichever pool gets swept first probably tells us the next real direction. If this kind of breakdown helps, drop a like and subscribe. Quantreef.com runs this same 9-layer grading, probability and liquidity read across more than 100 coins, with a 7-day trial if you want to dig deeper. This is for educational purposes only, not financial advice.